YouTube family. Thank you for coming back to my channel, All Things Ito. And in today's video, you're going to see my family making Costa Rican tamales. Tamales are a representation of love, I think, in my opinion. And I wanted to share a poem that I wrote about cooking. It's called Pasteles en Hoja. Most of our lives we spent around a kitchen. Back home where plátanos grew on trees and yuca came dirty and brown from the ground, we lived our lives cooking for each other. The recipe books were stored in dirty old aprons that held our wooden spoons. Those spoons were bent, mostly from beating the younger kids that licked the food before it was ready. But we loved our smells. The sauteed onions that smelled so good you can almost taste them from the moment you walked through the door. And the peppers, the garlic, the crushed oregano, and parsley. Soon we began to take on that spice, under our arms, in our words. When we spoke, we extended vowels from our tongues and rolled our R's, and everything was rico. Back then, we always licked our fingers. So this poem encompasses the mood of this video, and I want to take you into my sister's house and cook with us. And I will try to put down the recipe, but as you can see, a lot of this is done by instinct, and there's not really a set recipe, but I tried for you guys. So I'll have that in the description box, and let me know if you make tamales and what tamales you enjoy with your family. And I just appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. So this is my mom, and she is cooking the banana leaves. Okay, explícame qué es lo que estamos haciendo.
Estamos suazando las hojas y después limpiarlas para envolver el tamal. Y luego en un papel encerado, un papel especial que venden para pasteles o tamales. Pero primero, envuelto el tamal va en esta hoja.
Okay, so I'm going to show you a close-up of what we're doing to the leaf. Como calentando la hoja. Esterilizándola.
La palabra decir es suazar. Nosotros la decimos así en Costa Rica.
Pero es para que la hoja quede
sí,
limpia.
Pueda doblar y después aquí se limpia.
Okay, para que
esto
se pueda doblar.
Limpiarla bien.
Okay, so this is so that we can fold the leaf. So it's, I guess, pliable. I guess that's the word in English. Okay, para que la gente que ve en el canal son, casi todos creo que son americanos, por eso tengo que decirle los dos idiomas.
Por si alguien hispano lo ve, que sepa que son tamales hechos.
Y lo estamos haciendo en el gas porque en la olla eléctrica, en la estufa eléctrica no se puede, ¿verdad? No, complicado.
Sí, no se suazan así, no se
tienen que hervir. Se tienen que hacer con agua. You can do this in the stove with water, like boiling water instead. But my mom prefers the gas. If you have a gas stove, you can do this on the gas stove. So these are our chickpeas that are boiling. We had them soaking overnight. ¿Verdad? Se ponen en agua de una noche, de un día para otro.
Yeah.
And now we're boiling them until they're soft. ¿Cómo cuántos minutos? Hervirlos. ¿Cuántos minutos se hierve?
Más o menos una hora.
About an hour, and then they're soft, and that's going to be part of the filling for the tamal. Yeah.
Esto es un pernil. Yo lo corto en pedacitos, lo lavo bien y le echo el sofrito y también le echo extra ajos y orégano. Ahora esto yo lo cojo y lo pongo a hervir con agua. Lo pongo a hervir.
La olla estaba vacía.
Sí, pero voy a ponerle agua.
Okay, so my mom is gonna cook this with some water. This is the pork butt that she bought, and she cut into little slices. And she seasoned it with sofrito. This is the sofrito that she made. Esto tú lo hiciste, ¿verdad?
Sí.
She just put it in this container, but sofrito has a lot of ingredients. I am going to write the recipe down in the description so that you can make it, or you can also buy it but it's always best to make your own and have it fresh. So this sofrito has a lot of different veggies like garlic, celery, onions. Lleva cebolla, ¿verdad? El sofrito? Okay, and then it also has this sazon, which is also like ground garlic powder, onion powder. So it's like seasonings that are fresh and also these dry seasonings. So our meat definitely is going to have a lot of flavor. Entonces vamos a poner a hervir la carne. ¿Cuánto tiempo?
Hasta que esté suavecita, no demasiado suave, pero que esté suavecita.
Como que una hora.
Más o menos.
Okay. So we're gonna boil the pork for about an hour, hour and a half. She says you have to try it and see when the meat is tender, so you can just test it with a fork and try it, make sure that it's really cooked. Okay, so I want to mention that as we're boiling the meat, we're going to use this broth for our dough for the tamales. So you guys know that's where the broth is going to come from. Nosotros vamos a usar el caldo de la carne de cerdo para hacer la masa de los tamales. También vamos a agregarle esta manteca que mami hizo de un pedazo de carne como un chicharrón. So this is our pork lard that's also going to go in the masa. This is about, I would say, like a cup and a half, una taza y media, ¿verdad? De manteca.
Sí.
And for the Costa Rican tamales, this is the dough that we're gonna make. It's gonna be with this white cornmeal. So this is the brand that my mom likes to use. Esta es la marca que a ella le gusta usar, pero ustedes pueden usar cualquier marca que ustedes quieran. Pero es harina de maíz blanca. So this is gonna be for the dough, and I'm gonna show you guys that tomorrow because we're gonna do this in 2 steps. So este es un proceso de varios días. No es todo un día para que ustedes no se vayan cansando. So here we have Lourdes. She's cutting the tamal leaf, just the ends of it. Estamos preparando la hoja para el tamal y se le está cortando la orilla de la hoja. So you guys can see what she's doing. She's cutting the hard edge of the banana leaf. So we have a whole production here. Esto es como una fábrica ya, un proceso que estamos haciendo. Lourdes is cutting and then my mom is wiping. Say hi to my subscribers, a mis seguidores, un saludo.
Hi.
Desde Nashville. De Costa Rica para Nashville, para ustedes. I hope you guys really try this recipe because this is so dear to my heart. This is one of my favorite foods. Quiero explicarles cuándo comen los tamales costarricenses, como cuándo se hacen.
Es para, normalmente es para Navidad, pero ahora pues uno desde ahora empieza a hacerlos y los va guardando o los va comiendo o para cuando sea, pero más uso es en Navidad.
En Navidad. Y la gente lo congela, ¿verdad? Lo puede dejar congelado.
Sí, se pueden hacer y lo congela y cada vez que los va a comer los cocina por 1 hora.
Okay, so you can store it in the freezer and then when you're ready to eat it, you boil it for an hour and then you can have tamales all year long.
Viene Chloe, Richard.
Okay, so now we're going to make a rice that's going to go inside the tamal, and she put some garlic to brown a little bit in the pot. So we put in the rice.
Échale el chin de sal.
And then we're gonna like stir fry the rice a little bit. And now we're gonna put in a packet of achiote, which is gonna add our color to the rice to make it yellow. And we stir fry that. This is going to give our rice a golden color. Y la misma cantidad de arroz.
En agua.
En agua. Agua caliente, ¿verdad?
Sí.
So she's putting the hot water to the rice, the same amount of rice as the water. And she's been stir frying that rice for about 5 minutes until it gets a little bit toasty. Y ahora se va a tapar.
Sí.
Y le pusiste sal ya.
Ya.
Okay, she added some salt to taste, and then she's gonna cover it and simmer on the stove. ¿Por cuántos minutos se cocina?
Hasta que se seque.
Como 10, 15 minutos.
Hasta que reseque.
Okay. So we're gonna be blending our masa first. My mom says it gives it a very smooth consistency. So we're doing this in the blender, in the Vitamix, and we have our broth from the meat. Este es el caldo de cerdo, ¿verdad?
De la carne que...
This is from the meat that they made yesterday, the pork. This is all that broth, and then my mom also melted the lard in there. La manteca también se derritió y se le puso. So we're gonna blend it in.
No, dejé 20 segundos.
Then my mom is pouring all the masa into this container, and then she's gonna mix that up well, and then she's actually gonna cook the masa. You have to cook it on the stove. The rice is finally done, so here is the rice. So this is our mixture after we have blended all the packets of flour and the broth, and then we're actually going to cook this over the stove top. And we're going to add salt, salsa lisano, and cumin. Yep. So the masa has flavor. So now we have transferred the masa into the pot, and we are going to cook it until the masa is ready. So they're not giving me any time here, so everything is like when it's ready. So,
bueno,
¿cómo lo hacían antes?
La historia de cuando yo me fue criando, que mi mamá hacía tamales para 10 hermanos y ellos dos éramos 12. Entonces era mucha cantidad de tamales lo que había que hacer. Entonces ella ponía más o menos como un cuartillo de maíz corriente, sí. Lo pelábamos con cal y ceniza. Lo lavábamos bien lavadito. Luego lo molíamos en máquina y entre todos los hermanos íbamos moliendo, porque era un proceso muy grande al día siguiente. Y luego lo pasábamos con agua, con una manta que se llamaba como lienzo. Era tan vacilón porque un hermano sostenía aquí y el otro aquí, y mi mamá aquí, le daba un hermano aquí y mi mamá sostenía la otra, iba echando la masa, iba pasando por los nudillos estos, iba sacando aquello y le hacía así. Y ahora es diferente como se hacen las cosas, se aligeró tanto que ahora hasta con mazapán se hace o cualquier otra masa.
Pero antes era con el puro maíz.
Y antes era el maíz que nosotros mismos lo cosechábamos.
Están echando agua. So now they're adding some more hot water because they don't want the masa to be so thick, because it's going to thicken even more. And they have 3 pots going here. So this is a whole process. Now to the masa, they're going to be adding more hot water. Explícale, mami, lo del agua para que quede en el video.
Cuando está muy espesa hay que echarle un poquito más de agua porque si no queda muy dura la masa. Tiene que quedar suave porque después la masa corta cuando ya esté fría.
Okay, so they're boiling water and they're adding hot water to this mixture. And this is all, I guess, by eye. They're not measuring anything. They're just pouring bits of hot water as they go along. So I'll try to keep track of how much water they were putting in. Okay, so now she's adding the broth with the sazonador de cocina. So it's going to add flavor and it's also going to help keep our dough smooth so it doesn't have any lumps, and it's going to be ready for to make the tamales.
Yo creo que ocupa más agua. Porque si hervir está bien.
I just asked Lourdes if our masa was ready, and she said no, that it has to have big bubbles that are popping for it to be ready. ¿Hay que ponerle más agua?
No todavía.
¿Pero lleva más agua?
Hasta que se esté.
Todavía no. Okay, so we might have to add more water. So they're boiling more water to add. So this is going to be a very hard recipe to write up because I don't know exactly what is happening here. I just know that we're putting more water and we're mixing and it's still not ready. And my arm kind of hurts too. Okay, so my mom says the masa is done when it starts boiling like that. You see those balls? Y ponle la cuchara para que yo vea. La prueba de la cuchara.
Oh, así.
And when you stick the wooden spoon and it stands on its own, see? These are basically done as well. Ah, mira, esta ya tiene la bola. Yeah, so that's like the test of how it's done and it's ready. And we've been putting in the hot water in increments to make the masa smooth. And it's hard to keep track of how much water we put in. So here we have the fillings for the tamales, the meat and the veggies. We also have the chickpeas that we brought out later that were in the fridge. And of course the parchment style paper that's going to be used to wrap them. So here we have the tamales being wrapped. We have masa, carrots, the olives, the rice, and our meat.
Okidoki, lleguen. No está tallando esa hoja muy grande, ¿no?
No.
Lourdes, vamos a jalar esta mesa.
Y se amarran de dos en dos, ¿verdad?
Como uno quiera, por piña o por tamal.
Piña is when it's two tamales together. La piña es cuando hay dos, ¿verdad?
Efectivamente.
Two tamales wrapped up together is a piña, which is a pineapple.
En Costa Rica
Así
se
le
hace
dicen.
piña.
In Costa Rica, they wrap them up in twos. So two tamales together. So here we have the production of the tamales.
¿Cuánto le está echando? Así un poquito más.
Un pelito más.
Now we're going to do the string to tie them up.
Luz, ¿qué? ¿Qué pasa? ¿Qué?
Los garbanzos. We forgot about the chickpeas, y'all. They were in the fridge from yesterday. So yeah, they have to put the chickpeas in there. Y también hay gente que le pone que ciruela o pasas, cosas así.
Sí.
So this is all optional. Usted puede ponerle lo que usted quiera. Pero eso es lo que le ponen tradicionalmente, pero usted le puede agregar cualquier cosa que a usted le guste o de su preferencia. here we have our bundles already, the ones that I have tied up. And this is how it's going, and we're gonna boil them for an hour. Nunca haber hecho eso, yo no sabía. Okay, I have to retie all the tamales because I was wrapping them up wrong. I was just putting them one on top of the other, and now you have to do it like this. This side on top of here, and then you wrap them. So I was doing it wrong. So I was doing it like one on top of the other, and that's not how you do it. So here the tamales are boiling. We're gonna boil them for 1 hour. So look at the time, and then they'll be ready, and we'll try them. We are all finished up with the tamales. We have 72 tamales that we made in total. And I'm going to show you the ones that we just cooked. Okay, so these are the tamales that we boiled. Los servimos por 1 hora. It's been about an hour. And our tamales are cooked and ready to eat. We're just going to let them cool a little bit because they're really hot. So when they cook, you can see they got actually bigger. It's like they grew. So it's going to be very filling. So we wrap them in twos and pairs. And I can't wait to eat these and try them for you. Our tamales are now done. I can't wait to try them. Hay que probar esto. ¿Quién lo va a probar? ¿Papi? I'm going to have our dad try them. This is the sauce that you serve with the tamales. So my mom's going to put some on top, and we're going to have my dad try it and tell us what he thinks. Okay, so I'm going to try the tamal after all, and then we'll get my dad's opinion. So I put the salsa lisano. Enseña el tamal, mami, de cerca. Yummy, yummy. So the carrots, se cocinó, ¿verdad? En el tamal. The masa is really soft. Está bien suave la masa. And the meat. Delicious. Okay, so you want my dad's opinion because he's the taste tester. He did not. He did not help at all in this process. Papi, ¿qué fue tu contribución al proceso?
Verlo.
He was watching us. That's what he was doing. Y apoyo emocional, ¿verdad? Desde tu juego en el celular. Okay, Papi se lo está comiendo con jalapeños. He put some jalapenos on top. And he says you can eat them. Okay, so del 1 al 5. 5, 5 stars.
5.
¿Quedaron buenos, Lourdes?
Muy ricos.
¿Sí?
Súper, súper ricos.
Okay, so I want you guys to make them. Ya tienen la receta, más o menos. Una receta que es muy difícil, pero espero que los puedan hacer. I hope you guys try to make them.